Hey, greetings and salutations. I have a drivability issue. Apologize for driving with the sun directly in your eyes. What a dick. Jeez. You should really learn how to film. Anyway, bear with me. Let me get around the corner so I'm not just blinding you. Yeah, this ought to be better. Oh, there we go. So let me set this up for you. Over the last couple of weeks, this thing has been losing power under acceleration. I'll show you in a minute. But while the wide open throttle, even half throttle, it just feels like it's running out of steam, you know? It gets to 3,000 RPM and you can feel the power leave the engine, and it goes to 4,250 and just hits a wall. And if you hold it there long enough, it'll start to chug and surge and spit and sputter, and the check engine light will flutter because it's reading a misfire. And it just feels like it's running out of fuel. Hang on there, man. Hang on. Hold on, let me get you situated. So it just feels like it's running out of fuel. It could be a fuel filter that's plugged. It could be a bad fuel pump that's starting to leave the chat. It could be a plugged cat, one of the three that I have on this car. It could be throttle position sensor. It's usually going to be the simplest solution to a problem. And the simplest solution in this case would be fuel filter. This vehicle has 188,000 miles on it. I don't know the history of this vehicle. I don't know if the fuel filter's ever been changed. So let me show you what's happening, and maybe you can comment down in the comment section if you're familiar with this vehicle, what it possibly could be. I suspect it's fuel related, but you tell me. The recommended speed on this road in Mexico is 35. I'll show you what's happening. Watch the tachometer. That's to the wood. That's to the wood. It didn't speed up, it slowed down. Now under partial throttle, it's $3 grand and it just falls over. Back in the garage, I've got a fuel filter. It ain't doing a damn bit of good sitting there on the shelf, so I'm gonna go back and hook that thing up and see if this turd runs any better. And then if that doesn't work, I guess we'll have to try something else. Okay. First thing you need to do is bleed off the pressure in the fuel rail. This is the fuel rail, this log looking thing. And right here on the passenger side, on the WJ, is the test port. You take that little cap off, and inside there's a Schrader valve. You depress that Schrader valve and fuel will come out. Hold it down until no more juice comes out, and you depressurize the fuel system. I'll show you over here on another fuel rail what that looks like up close and personal like. Here's a fuel rail from a 4-liter billet. There's the test port. This is your fuel line in. There's your test port, and there used to be a Schrader valve in it. It's in that one now because I lost the one that was in that one. There's a cap on here and the Schrader valve in there. You just push on that Schrader valve. If you don't know what a Schrader valve is, it's the same kind of valve that you would find in a tire. It's the valve stem, you know, where you put air in the tire. You better know how to put air in the tire if you're watching this video. I used to have a bunch of them over there. I don't know what to do with them, and I'm too lazy to do it. Anyway, where's the fuel filter? Well, it's underneath the car, and I gotta go underneath the car. They gotta manufacture sounds for electric cars because people can't hear them. They get run over. So they manufacture sound. Let's see if I can fit fat ass under here. It might be that. Or those two up there. Yep. Oh, that's the advantage of having a lifting truck. You just crawl right up underneath there. You almost sit up underneath that thing. Oh, look, Bluetooth drive line. Man, that looks terrible. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that was the problem. Mud came out. What the fuck, dude? Holy shit. Oh, look at this. You gotta see this. Mind the crack. Boy. That tastes terrible. There's no room in here. I suspect we cut that thing open, we're gonna find our problem. I'm covered in gasoline. It's in my mouth. It's all on my jacket. It's in my hair. Oh, it tastes terrible. I cut the filter in half. There's the regulator. Just goes in there. That don't look bad. Jesus. Yeah. That filter's junk. That's the clean side. Look at that. That's nasty. Looking down in the pleats, look how thick it is at the bottom of the pleats. Yeah, that filter's not good. Complete with all the hardware. Ooh, that's shiny. Has it got instructions? Oh, hell no. Yeah. Put that back on there like so. Alright, I'll put it back in. You stay here and look for fuel leaks, will you? Appreciate it. I don't see any. I did it right the first time. Let's take it off the jack stand and take it for a rip, see if that fixed it. maybe, hopefully, please God, don't let it be a fuel pump or a cat. Either one of those sounds time consuming and expensive. Alright, I'm out of the housing development, away from all the pearl clutchers. Let's see if, please be fixed. Please be fixed. Please be fixed. Let's go to the wood. Dang it. That's not it. 3,500. It's terrible. It's worse. Let's say neutral it does. 3,800. And it's running rough like it's starving for fuel. That's got to be a fuel pump, man. Okay, well, I guess I can order a fuel pump. Great, I got over half a tank of fuel in this pig. No, bueno. Well, I guess we'll just drive it the rest of the afternoon and run the fuel out of it. Behind this cluster of wires, at the end of my finger, I don't even know if you can see it, is the test port. Well, there's not enough room between this big cluster of wires and a test port to get an adapter. I got my sensor, my adapter in. I made room, got the wires pushed out of the way, so there's room for it now. This is the, there's a bridge here that goes onto that stud. Can you see it? That stud right there. And there's the other half. You can see it down there. And that holds the heater hoses. I'll have to do something different. It broke. It broke anyway, so I'll figure something else out. Oh, there's a piece of it right there. Oh, a little spacer. Awesome. I'll put that right there. I'll lose it. Okay, and then there's some zip tie kind of keepers, right? That hold these wires, this wire harness to this bracket. And these zip tie keeper things. Pulled them off the bracket. That allowed me to push the harness out of the way enough. I've got my ground back up here to the body ground, and my signal wire going under the hood. You with me so far? Here's my signal wire. Here's my power wire. There's two power wires. One is 12 volt keyed, and the other one is supposed to get hooked to the lighting circuit. The best way to do this is to get a tap, a wire tap. Not a wire tap, a fuse tap. I got one coming. It won't be here till Monday, and I need to do this today because it's getting almost impossible to drive now, and I need to diagnose this. So I found, mind the beeping, a keyed source. Probably need to turn it on. Right? Keyed source of power. Shut up. And what you can do to test that is pull. Well, first of all, you can determine right away by just probing with a old-fashioned test light. The end of the fuse here has a little exposed bit for just this thing, and you can find the circuits that are powered all the time, like that one's powered all the time, and this one's keyed, and you can double check that by turning the key on. Oh, look at that. Shut up. Oh, wow. Dashboard has a seatbelt. Look at that. Okay, focus, Rick. Next, I determine which leg is power in, and in this case, it happens to be the top.
and then this is power out. You want to, this is kind of a redneck way of tapping into a circuit. But I took this 18 gauge wire and I stripped a 1/4 inch off the end, and I just stuck it inside the connector there, and then I put that one back in. So now there. There's that. There's that. And there's the end of the roll. Yahtzee. I found a temporary spot for my gauge, and it's in the ashtray. Since I don't smoke anymore, I don't need an ashtray. 1 second. And plugged. And then I built this little quasi harness. Ground, power, and signal are going into a 3-way connector, which is plugged into the gauge connector, which plugs into the back of the gauge. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. Oh, would you look at that? All right, now it's at 30 some odd pounds of pressure. Oh, maybe I should put the car in park. Oh, look at that. All right, well that works. I'll put my dash back together and test it, get it warmed up, test it, and see how it runs. See if we're losing fuel pressure. That ain't the problem. To the floor. I guess I pulled a freaking O2 sensor pre-cat. See if it runs any better. That'll tell me if it's the cat's. Guess what? Now ChatGPT is saying, well, no change. That means it's probably an exhaust restriction. So take the uphill O2 sensors out and give it a little rep and see if that changes anything. You might have a clogged cat. All right. This is gonna suck. It ain't too bad, actually. And I can't do this for too long because it's dumping hot exhaust gas right onto the engine. I don't want to burn this thing down, so I'll just take her down here a little bit. Damn it! It's exactly what it is. It's the cats. Let me show you why this is gonna suck. Well, here's a shout out to Olight. The flashlight stayed put. I better grab that and put it in my pocket right now. Muffler. I'm going to assume that's a resonator. Catalytic converters. There's one there. And there's one there. You can see the post cat O2 sensor there. And I venture a guess there's another one. Right up there. Okay. It's hard to get underneath here. It's hot. Right here is where the other O2 sensor is. And if you look, and same thing over there, the catalytic converter is in the Y pipe. You can't just replace the cats. You gotta replace the whole Y pipe. The problem is, even the aftermarket ones are really expensive. Let's go on the Evil Bay and price one, shall we? That's for an 02, 3, and 4. 4.7 engine Y pipe dual catalytic converters, brand new for $857. Here's a cat converter, exact fit Davy Co. Fits 02, 04 for $561. Awesome. There's one for $563. Well, it looks like $570 minimum to replace that Y pipe. I'm gonna do some measuring to see if I come up with a Hollander alternative, because that's a little bit rich for my blood. If I can get away with like 160 or 170 bucks, that's better in my book than 570. So let me do a little bit of research and see what I come up with. All right, if you have one of those and a way to cut exhaust tubing, you can go buy, if you have a 9904 WJ with the cats in the Y pipe, Walker number 94270, I believe, gives your Huckleberry. Yeah. No, excuse me, 93270. That's the part number. So I went on to Evil Bay and I found one. Found several actually. Anywhere between $115 and $380 a piece. You know me, about the cheapest ones I find. And I got to thinking, and you know what? I probably should pull the O2 sensor's post cat off and see if perhaps the condition persists. Hey, honeybee. Hey, buddy. So I pulled the O2 sensors off the catalytic converters post cat, and the problem does not persist post cat. So the blockage is not in the catalytic converters in the Y pipe. Yay! So I quick canceled the order. Hopefully he will cancel the order like a good businessman would. And I can just cut out the third cat that's whacked there by the muffler. Maybe I just replace the muffler and the resonator to the third cat with a straight pipe. Alright, here's the cat. I really wish I had not so much room in my garage. I really I got a freaking flashlight shining through there. This one, let me put it on. That's high. That's turbo. You can barely see anything through there. I'd say that's your Huckleberry right there. Someone run down to AutoZone and pick up a cheater pipe.
Later.
We got the quick and dirty fix here. Now, I'm not going to tell you to disable your emission system. This is purely for testing purposes. Purely for testing purposes. $20.68 so far. TPS, 25 bucks. Spark plugs, $8 a piece. Coils, 70 bucks. What else? Fuel gauge, 25 bucks. What else did I throw at this thing? Oh, fuel pump assembly. I have that. I can return it now, I guess. Maybe. That was, I think, 80 bucks. Now it's probably 40 bucks. Knowing me, I bought the cheapest one that was on the Evil Bay. And all I really needed was a $20 piece of pipe, a couple of clamps, and a connector. Well, I haven't tested it yet, so let's drop it and take it for a rip and see if it actually works. Yeah, that would be good. Oh, good. Oh, if I haven't mentioned it yet, like, share, and comment in this video so it gets out to more people. And maybe someday when I grow up and get myself a lift off the ad revenue that this video generates. No, never getting a lift, am I? No, Rick, you're never getting a lift. Unless you win the lottery and you gotta play to win, so. You don't need to watch this. I'll come back when I'm ready to go for a drive. Yeah. Contact. Ugh. Turn on some air conditioning. Oh my goodness. Well, getting rid of that cat gave it just a little bit more of an exhaust note, so. It's amazing how well the muffler might sound if you allow gases to pass through it. Alright. We'll know pretty quick. I'll know pretty quick if this fixed it, like within a few hundred feet. Let me, like, the camera's going to be pointing directly in the sun. I apologize. Let me get out into the main drag. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Holy shit! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Since we're driving excessively fast in Mexico, let me just tell you that was 70 miles an hour. Hope the federales don't catch me. Holy crap, it's a totally different vehicle. I fixed it. Oh yeah. Oh, I was watching some DexJ videos this morning, trying to figure out how to drop the tank on this. I was going to do that this morning. Glad I didn't waste time doing that. Holy crap. Because it's a little bit involved to drop the gas tank on a WJ. DexJ has a video where he cuts a hole in the spare tire well. And I may do that in the future if I ever have to replace the fuel pump. But fuel pressure's good here. About 50 pounds. Dang, son, I'm going to pull this up to the garage and I'm going to get the welder out and try to make the welder go to the back of the garage. I know there's a lot of stuff in that garage. It's prohibiting me from doing that. So I'm going to take the next half an hour or so. What time is it? Yeah, next half an hour or so to do that, and we'll throw a couple tacks on that pipe so the muffler doesn't rotate, because it's a center inlet and a offset outlet and it wants to, yeah. It's just a couple of, regular muffler clamps holding that all together. So I want to get a couple tacks on that. But if your WJ is struggling and losing steam and won't rev past 3,000 or 3,200 or 3,400 RPMs, and you got good fuel pressure and the spark plugs don't look terrible and the coils don't look like they're all deckered, look, man, it's your cat. It's your cat. And in my case, the uphill cats are fine, best I can tell. At least it runs like it does. It was the third cat, the one that doesn't have an O2 sensor around it, the one in front of the muffler, that was decked. Oh man, that was a pain in the butt. But I feel better about it now. Oh, I should have backed into the garage. I'll move some tools before I do that. Hey, thanks for coming along in this journey. I know it may have been painful to watch. I don't know. I haven't edited it yet. I got about 4 hours of video to go through to pare this down into a 20 or 30 minute video. But hopefully you learned something from it. Maybe you enjoyed
living vicariously through me. And maybe you just got a good chuckle at my expense. That's okay. But do me a favor, would you? Comment in the comment section. Maybe just call me a stupid idiot or a dumb goof or whatever you want to, if you want to insult me, you can't insult me. But go down there and doobly-doo and comment in the comment section if you liked the video, got anything out of it. Smash the thumbs up button and share it. I don't care. To X. I don't do X anymore. In fact, I've been banned from X and I refuse to delete the comment. But share the video, and that way maybe this can, get out to a few more people, and we can earn a little bit more ad revenue and pay somebody else to do this crap. But then I wouldn't have any content, would I? Well, that's all I got for today. Like, share, comment, do all the things, and until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep powder dry, and have a splendid day. Thanks for hanging with me, and I'll see you on the next video. All right. Bye.